Previously on TheApprenticeAsia.
The task will be to go and choose and sell 3 Taiwanese products. Andrea, could you move over?
With an unexpected move to Team Mavericks, Andrea was given the opportunity to lead.
No, Sam, listen to me.
But failed to gain Sam's respect.
I think Andrea has that perception that the loudest voice in the room often has the smartest ideas.
As project manager for Team Apex,
You know, when you go on a trip, 3 times.
Selena lacked confidence in her teammates.
Selena is impatient. She doesn't trust her co-workers to do the job.
In the boardroom, sales mounted for both teams.
Mark, tell me Team Apex's results.
Grand total of 1,083,862 ringgit.
All right, Team Mavericks.
1,172,938.
But it was Team Mavericks that clinched their first win, leaving Team Apex to face Mr. Fernandez back in the boardroom for the first time.
Doesn't feel good, does it?
But in a shocking twist, Dusady crumbled under pressure.
I would like to resign from this apprentice.
No. Why?
I don't think that I fit into this environment.
And changed the fate of the bottom 3.
The person I'm going to fire is no one.
Oops. Alrighty.
Where's the rest?
Where's the rest?
I'm so glad to be here. Oh my God.
Okay, 3 in a row? Like, seriously? My God.
So, what happened? Like 4 in the boardroom?
Who did you bring in first? The 2 people?
I was going to bring in Ninku and Nick, and when I announced that, Dee cut me off and said, "I'm sorry, Selena, you don't have to make a decision because I quit."
What?
May I say something, sir?
Yes.
I would like to resign from this apprentice.
I'm very disappointed by Dee's decision because when she was project manager, I had her back, and when I was project manager, she decided to quit on not only everyone but me. Anyway, but stays in the boardroom, and congratulations once again.
A win is a win at the end of the day, so great job, guys. Good job.
Thank you.
Well, obviously the morale isn't very high on our team. It was the first time we lost a task, so I think we all want to really step up and prove ourselves again.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning, Mr. Fernandez.
Coffee is big business. When you think coffee, you think Nescafe. For your next task, I'm going to ask you to come up with a promotional campaign to promote Nescafe Dolce Gusto. That's a promotional campaign, Sam. Don't confuse it and do a viral campaign. The team that comes up with the more successful promotional campaign will win, while the other team will come back to the boardroom where one of you will be fired. For this task, I'll be sending you to Singapore, one of the leading economies in our region, and also a leading innovator in marketing, design, and technology.
I'm very comfortable with this task because right up in my alley, branding and marketing, this is something personal, having an opportunity to do some branding work for Dolce Gusto.
You may leave.
Thank you, Mr. Fernandez.
Thank you.
So teams, let me introduce you to the Managing Director of Nestlé Singapore, Mr. Valerio Nanini, and the Marketing Director, Mr. Chow Fee-chat.
Welcome to our office here in Nestlé Singapore. As you know, Nestlé is a leading food and beverage company with our well-loved brands like Maggi, Milo, Kit Kat, and of course Nescafé. We here in Singapore play a very important role in driving innovation for Nestlé.
And Nescafé Dolce Gusto system is Nestlé's latest innovation, and we want you to develop a creative marketing campaign for it. You'll be briefed by two representatives who will tell you more about the systems. So please feel free to ask any questions if you may have.
Good luck, teams.
Thank you.
Okay guys, I think we should start first assigning the roles.
I just think let's go with who is very confident in doing this creative related task.
To be honest, I wanted to be PM because, I mean, on the previous task we need to win.
It's not about winning.
Alex
not winning
can.
only.
Alright.
All in favor say aye.
Alex.
Okay, done. Okay, great, let's move on.
Yes.
I definitely wanted to be a project manager. You know, I can do pretty much anything, which is marketing or sales. So I really believe that, you know, I would be able to manage them well, and after that, you know, work well together.
Hi ladies, we have very limited amount of time here. We just want to get down to it, yeah?
All right, anyone? PM, suggestion, volunteer?
I would like to step up to be project manager on this task.
Everyone happy with that? Very happy.
I really had to step up this week. Last week, everybody thought I was weaker. I also needed to prove to them that I am actually the threat. And I thought being project manager, I'd be best placed to make them understand that.
So you got the key questions here, as well. Leave some time for Andrea to ask about like Proper Cafe, but let's figure this out.
Hi. Hello. Jonathan from Team Mavericks.
Nash, nice to meet you.
Hey, Alex.
So the next thing we did was to meet up with the Nescafe representative to learn more about the Nescafe Dolce Gusto line.
Just to highlight the convenience, and this is really important for the young working adult segment that we are targeting. We currently have 7 retail flavors and another 5 on our web shop, which also drives the consumers to our web shop.
When we met with the executive, he was very clear. You know, they were looking for something really fresh, really out of the ordinary, targeting those young urban corporate people, and we felt that we need to come with a concept that, you know, could fit with this consumer base.
It is a multi-beverage system capable of dispensing coffee, tea, chocolate drinks, hot or cold.
What are the bars for, if I may ask?
The beverage dosage and volume level to drive the essence of the coffee beans from the capsules. So as you can see, there are how many bars? 2, 4, 5. You scroll it to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as easy as 1, 2, 3, the coffee.
It's amazing, look at it.
You can see the different layering, right?
A gentleman came in to do a presentation about Nescafé Dolce Gusto and showed us how easy the machine is to use and how simple it is to make a variety of different beverages with just one machine.
Nestlé has actually provided graphic designers from Visibility, a leading creative agency in Singapore, to help you with your promotional campaign.
Okay.
So I will leave it to you all.
Thank you so much, Glenn.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Wish us luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Well, first of all, we need a tagline. We need a prototype box design, a standee.
For this task, we are required to prepare a full-blown campaign for Nescafé Dolce Gusto. that includes a pop-up cafe, as well as come up with a standee design, flyers, and a tagline that starts with "Coffee can be ... and fill that up with a word.
Guys, let's come up with some ideas for the tagline.
Coffee can be. Shoot it
I don't know
out.
if it's been used, an experience.
Experience.
How about coffee can be love?
Oh, I like that. I
That would
love
work with
yeah, it
packaging
has
as well.
very-
It'd be easier on that. On the task, what we did was initially we all decided, we sat down, we had a go with, what sort of tagline. We thought the tagline was the most important. Rian, could I ask you, you've been in Singapore more than any of us, right? What sort of people would visit a mall? What sort of people, if you have any idea at all about this?
They want to escape their home because their homes are just like shoebox. They want that experience to escape. Coffee can be an escape.
Coffee can be an escape.
When we heard the word escape, I was like, we got it. That is magical. It is about love. It is about everything else we were discussing. So we went for the tagline, coffee can be an escape.
I'm working on something around like together, uniting.
Something that put people together.
Yeah, something
I get that.
Exactly.
For me, it has to be stylish, upmarket for the urban consumer. So coffee can be designer.
What separates this from the rest of all the other coffees is that it's the only one that really focuses on quality of the coffee.
Okay.
And it's the only one that has the wide range of coffee. So for me, when I think about it, it's like coffee can be indulgent. I can imagine already, even our booth and our pictorials.
No, but designer is more easier to communicate, visually and pictorially to communicate.
Indulgent, I can visualize how it's going to be.
I wasn't too happy with the suggestions that came from different quarters. Coffee can be indulgent. They are very adjective based and very sort of common. Coffee can be designer was something that was very unique and different.
Guys, one second. We don't have a lot of time, so let's stay focused on what we need. Step up.
Yay!
Or step out.
2 days to go. The Hero premieres November 14th, Thursday at 10.
Appears to be a biological attack on the red line.
The man you're looking for is named Frederick Barnes. He is quite literally the most dangerous man in the world.
I doubted you. I doubted us.
It's easier to blame me for framing your husband than face the truth of what he is.
Is it possible these aren't just attacks? Could Barnes be conducting some kind of experiment?
Let him go.
He knows nothing. End of story.
Oh, that's not the end of the story.
An all-new episode of The Blacklist, Wednesday at 10.
Guys, one second. We don't have a lot of time, so let's stay focused on what we need. Personally, indulgent is my number one.
But I must say, when you say designer, it really connotes something. It's upmarket, it's high-end. I gotta say, the Yappies love designer stuff. It's huge in Singapore at the moment.
Okay, so everybody who is for designer, raise their hand.
I'm all for it.
All right, good. So we agree. So done. All right, man.
Based on what I saw here and how they've been going, they're quite out of the box. Why don't we go coffee as an escape, which is what we chose, and we have a guy scuba diving, and his machine is the one that's going to be the Dolce Gusto. It'll be under the sun.
I love that.
I was imagining an escape in the opposite sense. Instead of flying to a place, I was thinking of coming out of a place into a new place. So I think scuba diving is a good form of escape, and it portrays well what we wanted.
Can I just concretize the imagery of what we want for the designer here so that we're all aligned both on the furniture part and the pop-up cafe and also the stall stands? What kind of imagery are you talking about when you use the word designer?
Can you see this coffee can be designer?
Right now I can't, because I can't find a certain imagery that captures the word designer.
Design is something which is so open-ended, and that's a danger sometimes of choosing one particular term, which to a whole bunch of people can mean anything from car design to architectural design to fashion design to a whole bunch of other stuff. You could say Apple is a design-led product.
If that's the case, should we look through that library and start looking at those photos? We gotta choose one anyway. Well, it was really hard for us to visualize how our theme was gonna look. So we decided to look through some stock images to get some ideas.
Yeah, this one.
Hey, awesome! I love it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think let's try working with this.
Our chosen product is the blue one, so we want it silvery and blue. So basically we'll work around those. We chose the blue capsule because it was an iced coffee. I think a refreshing drink is best in Singapore because it's hot. And also because the color blue did match our ocean blue theme.
When I tell you designer as a lady, what do you think? You think clothes or you think like...
For me, it's like high fashion.
I think architecture.
I could think Lamborghinis.
I would support the car.
I like a nice...
I think the message is very direct.
I think testosterone is going to come across in this one. Clearly, it's a guy's team. There's more guys out there. They're going to put forward an image which is going to be pretty much what they feel is right.
What if it's just really a woman with a really stylish dress and she's holding a coffee like that?
Women hate that kind of thing.
I'm talking about a woman with a really nice stylish dress, stylish makeup.
Or at least an urban consumer would be like, okay, I've seen this before.
And a walkway, like on the fashion show, or walkway?
With a nice bag,
so
stylish,
like
trendy.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, something like that. Boom.
No, this is like, no. This is what guys would do, but a woman would never do this.
It's about designer. It's just to convey the word designer.
The moment you see the word designer,
visual conveys
with the visual. That's it.
There was a small issue about them maybe wanting an image of a woman on a runway. I had strong objections to that. An image of that to me is just too overt, too sexy, and too misogynistic for my liking.
Red lipstick, red dress, designer, on a runway, that's it.
Okay, so done.
Are we ready for this? Let's do this.
Yeah, let's do the table first.
I'm just checking if everything's working. We're here now at CK Tang's and we're ready to set up our pop-up cafe and of course excited to get this promotional campaign going.
Just check which direction it is. That's the bottom of the painting then. So we can do this corner first. The look we were going for is an escape, somewhere you can relax. We have a lot of blue in it, which is quite a calming color as well. I was definitely very happy. I think it was exactly what we were hoping for.
Yeah, got it. It's ready.
Got the cups.
Already.
Perfect.
So Alex, where do we start?
I need two guys on building this up. Let's make some space for Nash.
Yeah.
So you can work on the things.
We wanted our booth to capture the concept of high-end premium. So we put some jewelries, we put some high-end product. We want our consumers to feel that once they step into the booth, they get this VIP exclusive feeling that they're getting something above the ordinary level of coffee.
Mocha, cappuccino, latte macchiato, flavor indulgence.
Everything is there?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Chocolates. So guys, we need chocolates. So Andrea, so you get chocolates.
We definitely wanted to create a more high-end boutique feel, definitely more than just a cafe. So we introduced chocolates as part of the coffee experience because we thought it would be very compatible to have them together.
Chococino, cafe latte, mocha, lungo, peach tea, and cappuccino and espresso.
Where's the blue one? Cappuccino ice is not there. We've got everything about the cappuccino ice and we don't have cappuccino ice.
Oh dear, yes. The initial plan was to have the iced cappuccino capsules just because the color matched our theme. Unfortunately, the variant is only available online.
Yeah, everything is there.
All right.
Let's make a cup of coffee and leave it here for display.
So, how are you? How's it going?
What made you select this particular variant?
The idea was that we knew we would be serving this during the lunchtime, so we knew a cold beverage would be more refreshing in the heat of Asia.
I think conceptually it's very nice,
Right.
but just a key highlight to you, this product is actually not one of the key selling products that's available.
But it is available online, and we really want to highlight that it's just as easy as going online and having it delivered to your doorstep.
Team Apex picked up the good idea of looking to a cold consumption moment, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, as you're selling in a retail environment, you need to make sure that what's sold in that retail environment is also sampled. And this is not sold in a retail environment.
It's okay, just use the latte macchiato. Instead of making it hot, you make it cold and you just add ice.
Chocolates. Where's the tray for the chocolate?
Here, Nate. Chocolates are here. Chocolates are here. Guys, come here 2 seconds, please. Come here 2 seconds, guys. One thing, guys, right before we start, the roles. So what we're gonna have is you're the two baristas, okay? So then Andrea, you're gonna be with them as well, handling the clients. Nash and myself then will be around. I will always be quite close just to make sure everything is fine, and we'll bring customers in, you know?
I think Alex, as a project manager, he's really on the ball, and I think that's really, really good for the team morale. He always makes sure to be like, come on guys, we can do this, and I think that motivation is really important when you're pulling together as a team. Hi, good afternoon, welcome to our pop-up cafe.
Hi.
Are you aware about what are our key brands in premium and in gifting we have in Nestle?
No, I am not, unfortunately.
Because we have a bit of a problem because you are, as you can clearly see there, that's not our brand.
You're actually giving out confectionery of our competitor.
Are you aware about what are our key brands in premium and in gifting we have in Nestle?
No, I am not, unfortunately.
Because we have a bit of a problem because you are, as you can clearly see there, that's not our brand.
When I realized from the executive himself that we had bought the wrong chocolates, I mean, we bought those of a competitor, my heart just sank. I mean, we're so dead right now.
I think we can just start now. Selena, you're going to be the demonstration. Yeah. Diane is going to make sure they have a great experience over here. They check out the display and it's memorable for them. Nick and I are going to go out, distribute some flyers. Lots of energy, girls. Good luck. Bye.
I think it's a good idea to split the teams into two because we only have 4 people in the team and we really need to get people to our pop-up cafe and we need people there to do the demonstration and giving them explanation of the whole experience. So that's the only way we can do it efficiently.
So this is our lifestyle pop-up store. We are trying to promote Dolce Gusto and making it coffee as an escape. Selena here is going to help me with the flavors. What kind of flavors would you like to try? We have 7 flavors for you to try, both hot or cold. Both Selena and I are in charge of actually delivering the experience to whoever walks by.
Today we're showing you 2 models, the Genio machine and the Circulo machine. So let me show you how this machine works. So what we do is very easy. You click this up to open it and you remove this. It's very simple. You put it inside. You have 4 bars. Would you like to scroll up the 4 bars? This one. A major point that I like to stress today in our presentation is the fact that the customer can do it himself, and I think that was quite interesting because the customers got to use the machine and realize themselves how easy it is to learn.
Smile, Dolce Gusto!
What I will do is now make you go through the full experience of having a coffee designed for you, and after that, tasting the coffee. So I'll give you to a barista. This is Sam. Hello. Who will take care of you just to design the perfect coffee for you guys.
Sounds great.
First of all, how do you feel today? Do you feel more coffee person? You want it sweet? You need some energy? You're
Definitely energy.
Could I interest you in some espresso then?
Yes.
This one, and you're not going to sleep tonight. I can assure you that. Me and Jonathan were assigned in terms of being the baristas for the day. Then Nazriel and Andrea were in charge for getting the customers, and Alex was sort of overall managing the crowd and getting people here and there. I thought it was a very coordinated effort. We knew clearly exactly what we wanted to do in the whole stall today.
You know what's happened? She dried and it ran out of water. They made a capsule.
Okay. This is more of the manual machine where you actually have to wait and stuff like that. So I'm going to actually show you on the automatic one, and you can actually try it yourself, which is really fun.
Apex had a good concept and delivered it very well. Unfortunately, they missed the most important element, which is understanding the product. They didn't understand the machine. One of them even highlighted our Genio as manual system when it is actually an automatic system.
Could I taste an espresso, please?
No. I'm making for somebody else. Just that the other lady has been waiting. Sorry.
Team Apex strategy is not right. The team has lesser members, they have only 4, and they send 2 members away upstairs to hand out leaflets, but they have a lot of customers who are hanging around who has interest, but they couldn't cope. They could only send 1 person instead of 2.
I'm here to design the best coffee for you, and basically we're selling that coffee can be designer through Dolce Gusto. The first thing I'd like to ask is, how are you feeling today, basically? Like, do you feel something to soothe you up or something to cheer you and give you a sugar rush?
Something to cheer me up a bit.
To cheer you up, I would definitely recommend to you cafe latte macchiato, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
I think the idea of personalizing it based on their personality, their lifestyle is very important because that's what Dolce Gusto is all about. It's all about designing and personalizing it the way you want your coffee.
Now the beauty of this machine is it can do hot, it can do cold, and it can do chocolate if you want.
This is cheaper.
Yeah, this is cheaper. Yeah,
I should buy this one, no?
No, for a man like you should buy this.
The 2 gentlemen there who was in charge of promoting and dispensing the beverage was quite first class. But in terms of the pop-up cafe, it's not visually very appealing. They are not able to bring it out.
Thank you for coming over.
We're done.
Okay, guys, coffee's for the ladies.
Our turn to escape.
Yeah. Going to the boardroom after losing a challenge last week, There's mixed emotions. I wouldn't want to be where we were last week, obviously. I'd definitely rather be on the winning team. I do hope we are spot on with this task because it would be a big blow to our morale were we to lose another task in a row.
All right, guys, so I'm really glad, really happy about everybody. Everybody gave 150%.
I think the energy in the team today was really good, but weirdly I'm concerned about the chocolates because the executives seem to think it was a problem, and I really hope that they can look beyond that to see the wider campaign and the larger brand propositions that we were trying to drive home.
Team Mavericks!
Let's go.
Mr. Fernandez is ready for you in the boardroom.
Evening, everyone.
Evening, Mr. Fernandez.
So your task was to develop a marketing campaign and promote the Nescafe Dolce Gusto multi-beverage system. Team Apex, who was your project manager?
So I was the project manager. I believed it was high time I needed to step up. I've had a lot of feedback, which you were very kind enough to give it to me last week. I wanted you to notice that I was listening to that and bringing it into force in this task.
Okay. Selena, how do you think you did as a team?
In this task, we were very cooperative as a team. We worked really well.
So you haven't been in the past. So this is the most teaminess you've been.
Yes.
Chemistry was right.
Chemistry was right, yes.
So what was your concept of your marketing campaign?
When we say coffee can be an escape, we wanted people to believe that when you're having a coffee, it is that little moment which is taking you away from the monotony of life.
Good tagline. Yeah, I like it. What do you think are the most important points to consider in this marketing campaign?
It has to be relatable to a wider audience because we're doing the campaign,
okay,
to
so
everyone.
your campaign was to the masses.
Yep.
We went with the capsules in a form of cylinder where the diver uses it to fuel him through his escape.
It looks like there's only one flavor in the tank.
We wanted to also drive people into their website, like the flavor we were promoting on our standee and on the box itself. The cappuccino ice is only available online. It's not available in stores.
If you really wanted to create the masses, all your products should have been available in the stores as well.
We did adapt with cappuccino ice. Not only do we direct them to the website, but through the drinks that were made available to us, we were able also to dispense a cold drink, an iced cappuccino drink, although not of that same variant.
Dodgy answer.
Yes.
You're trying to dig yourself out of a hole. There are 7 flavors available to you, but you only featured one in your poster that wasn't even available in the retail store, right? There were 2 products, correct?
Yes, Genio and Circolo.
What was the difference? Price, was it?
Price and also the mechanism. Genio's more manual, while Circolo is fully automated.
No, Genio is automatic as well. It's not manual.
I thought it was manual because I had to keep pressing on the button to make the coffee come out.
I didn't know the product very well. Fact of the matter is none of you spotted this, but we'll see how Team Mavericks did. Who's the project manager?
Myself.
Oh, Alexis. So, who came up with the campaign?
The idea that was actually selected was from Sam. He's the one who came up with the tagline.
He likes being creative, huh?
He's a creative
He's
mind.
a creative man?
Yes.
Sam, tell me about it.
It's more an aspirational product. It's almost like a designer thing wherein you can customize your coffee, like tailoring your own suit. So the whole concept of designer was almost like an instant, understanding for this whole product.
It's strange to have a woman there. Ma, what did the client think about their concept?
They were concerned that it really sort of may alienate women, quite simply.
Does that alienate you, Andrea?
The issue did come up, sir, but
You think it's a bit sexist?
I did raise that point.
I thought so.
But we went through other images and we came to a consensus that this would be the best idea.
Alex, were you taking Andrea's view into consideration when she said that?
Yes, I felt personally that the dress was the star, and they wanted as well us to target through our tagline young executives, and so that was really like the consumer focus.
This product is all about people who take their coffee seriously.
Okay, they said mass. How do we get two different briefs like that?
I'm not sure how the girls were able to understand the brand brief, but I think pretty much it's very clear that this product is not a simple mass market product.
It's quite a different brief. So you had an idea of mixing confectionery with coffee?
Yes, sir.
What chocolate did you buy?
We purchased Ferrero Rocher chocolates.
Is that owned by Nestle?
It is not, sir.
Did that piss off the client?
Yes, sir.
We did not intend.
They raised the point as soon as we took the chocolate out of the box.
I pointed out to Andrea that we need to get the Bachi chocolates. In fact, we were given by the marketing executive that this is their chocolate and this is it. This is their chocolate. We both given the chocolate, and I pointed out to Andrea that this is it.
This was said after the mistake was pointed out by the executives, by which point everybody knew that it had to be
So
Bachi.
who's telling me the truth? He's shaking his head. You're saying after you two are looking at each other. Who do you believe as project manager?
I would believe Andrea, sir. If he knew already, if he already had the chocolate with him, he should have brought it up straight away, saying this is the product that we need.
It was not raised even when I came back.
I really don't know who to believe, but whatever. It was a grave mistake because it's dog eat dog out there.
100%.
Well, you could have lost your client forever. So I've heard enough. Mark, how did Team Mavericks do?
Well, Nestle actually felt that the concept was a little weak, but very strong promotional team.
Okay, how did Team Apex do?
Team Apex, they display poor product knowledge, but the client thought that the team had a great tagline. Coffee can be escaped. They really like that.
Okay, interesting. It's almost like if you combine the two of you, you would have had a successful campaign. Nestle chose the winner. Nestle chose Team Mavericks as the winner. So you've won. As winners of this task, you will enjoy luxurious treatment at the Hammam Spa Publica. You'll be experiencing a Moroccan version of the traditional Turkish bath. You may now leave the boardroom. Enjoy the pampering. You worked hard for it. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Fernandez.
Team Apex, it's your slipping. It's your second loss. Remember I said that confidence can be a killer. Overconfidence. And you're still here because one of you will be fired tonight. And that's a shame.
So excited!
Hi! Hello, good evening. Welcome to Hammam Publica.
Hi. Thank you. Cheers, Mavericks!
Hi guys, 2-2.
Cheers.
Team Mavericks.
Hello, Miss. Welcome this way, please. Thank you.
After 4 weeks of hard work, that's definitely what we needed.
Yeah.
So, really happy about that one, I must say.
So, Team Apex, second loss in a row. It's like you're slipping. You handed it on a platter to Team Mavericks. You had a much better concept, but your execution was very, very poor. The product knowledge was poor, as we mentioned. Ninku, whose fault was it?
In the context of this task, sir, I believe my team gave 110%. Nick really stepped up and became an amazing salesperson. Selena and Diane were amazing, and we did the best we could.
If I looked at that poster, I would have thought there was only one flavor and one machine.
Right.
That's a major error in communication. Selena, was that your responsibility?
I'll take responsibility of that, sir. Everyone said, you know, it's fine because we're pushing the online store, and everyone agreed, and that's how we went.
Why did you push the online store? Did Nescafe say that?
In fact, the client spoke to them and they were questioning them. Why did you push the online product? You are in Tank Studio. We have to push the product at a retail level.
It appears that I'm feeling the same way as the client. Selena, did you have good product knowledge?
Absolutely, sir. I know coffee quite well.
How did you demonstrate it?
First of all, I would tell them, would you like to have a 2-minute escape from your busy lifestyle? Have a cup of coffee? What do you feel like having? Would you like something out of the ordinary, or would you like to go with your usual cup of coffee? And how do you like it?
She's good with interacting with the customers. The biggest problem with the two of them is their product knowledge. The client was upset when they heard Diane telling one of the customers, this is manual. Both machines are automatic.
The other machine had a difficulty, sir. It had a malfunction, as I pointed out earlier.
There was no malfunction. The Nestle people checked it. They say the machine was fine. I honestly think that the two ladies took the easy way out, just focus on one machine.
Selena, you're quite passionate. You think Diane was as good as you?
In terms of product knowledge, I am stronger. I do know the product better.
Was she good?
Diane is very lively outside of the boardroom because she is a fun, exciting person. And when she comes on a task, she is very reserved.
I don't want to distract the team too much with my antics. I want to make sure that the time spent is only on the task.
We are one member down and we absolutely need everyone's energy.
I agree with the view. I think she works really hard. She was very busy demonstrating, and Diane, I felt she was avoiding trying to do demonstration because I think she doesn't know the machine very well compared to Selena.
Where were you, Ngươ, during this whole episode?
So I was with Nick, getting the clients in. When we thought like there was a lot of people for them to manage, I was hanging around. I asked for feedback from them about how everything was going. They gave me a thumbs up. Maybe I should have probed further, thinking, when I'm looking back at it now. At that point, I did not do that.
Didn't you think you could have added more value being at the pop-up store?
Absolutely, sir. It's just that I thought because Diane and Selena, they did put 110% in what they did, which is why I chose to go with Nick.
Selena, who was at fault with this task?
When I did ask Nick to work with one customer that she had brought in, she couldn't even use it properly and asked me to do it instead.
So you're saying Nick didn't have good product knowledge?
No. She was good at bringing in customers, but then that was it.
On the campaign day itself, I was clearly assigned to, bring the customer from the very first approach about our whole idea, coffee can be an escape, and I did exactly that.
Selena trying to put you down, you think?
I believe so, because she was not there doing that. Maybe it was something from the previous task. As Ngươ has pointed out, I really stepped out my game and I really want to prove I'm worthy to be here.
I've heard enough. Okay, Ngươ, who are you going to bring back?
So while I'd love to be your apprentice, maybe I'm not ready for it.
Okay, Ngươ, who are you going to bring back?
So while I'd love to be your apprentice, maybe I'm not ready for it. I do hold myself responsible for the failure in this task.
No. I don't want quitters at this point. You've got to bring two back. Two who didn't perform. You've got to make the hard decisions now.
So I would have to bring back our baristas. I think they didn't have enough product knowledge.
Okay, I think that's the right decision. Nick, you're safe for this week. You may leave now. Selena, Diane, Ngươ, clearly you didn't learn from the last task. Product knowledge was poor. And once again, you failed to get all the information that you required to make your marketing campaign a success. You may now leave the boardroom while me and the advisors will deliberate, and I will call you back in. Wow, that's a real flip in fortunes. The girls have really started to fall apart.
I think that's really shaken them. I still want to see all three of them come out and say exactly why they want to work for you. They've got to come out fighting this time.
Kat, what do you reckon?
Today will be very interesting. I can sense they're going to fight back.
Well, let's see. Hello, Nadra. Can you please send the three girls back in?
Yes, Mr. Fernandez. Mr. Fernandez is ready for you in the boardroom.
So I hope you had a good think. And I'll start with you, Diane. Why are you three back in this room? Whose fault is it?
I have to say, Ngươ, sir, a project manager should always have all clear sights of all the tasks that are assigned to her members. But there was a concern regarding one of the machines, and if she were to pick up on it, she would act on it more.
Ninku?
So first of all, I, just like you do with people who work with you, I do put trust in people who work with me. When the problem with the junior machine was brought to me, I immediately got the representative to come and have a look at it.
Who do you think caused you guys to be in this position?
I believe our major downfall was product knowledge, which I think Deanne would be most responsible for.
Do you agree?
No, I don't, sir. I'm not the only one with the lack of product knowledge. Selena also did not have full product knowledge as I did. I don't think any one of us even know how much each individual machine cost.
Didn't?
Not any one of us, that's the thing.
Do you think you did better than Selena?
I think so, yes. Yes, she might have had more time demonstrating it with the machines, but because of that one machine, we had a congestion, and I had to just kind of appease everybody.
Selena said that you could have done more, she thought, with your personality.
No, sir, I was 100%. You always have to watch the body language of the customers, whether or not they want that much response from you or not. So I did ask them whether or not they do want to try out the machine themselves, and then I passed them over to Selena.
How did Selena do with the demos in your mind?
Selena did actually quite well in the demos, but I do fear that because all of us did not have a complete product knowledge, she may have gotten things misrepresented.
What do you mean?
Like when somebody just simply asks, how much are each individual machine? She cannot even point it out that you could have just gone back to the thanks section where the machines are actually sold. She kept referring to the website.
Right, that's not a misrepresentation. That's more of trying to avoid the answer.
Yeah, but it just seems like she's just grabbing.
But there was a
answers out of the air.
misrepresentation, wasn't there? You said that the machine was manual. Where did you get that information from?
I did not get that information from anybody, sir. Because the Circolo machine just need one touch, then the Genio might have been a manual because you have to keep pressing on it.
How can it be manual? Manual to me is like pulling something down, grinding the coffee, etc., etc. Selena, who was the weak link in the team?
When it comes to performance and performing, you have to be 100% with your team. And I think it's very comfortable to sit back. If I may remind her, earlier before the task, I asked her, do you think it's time for you to step up?
As a project manager?
Yes. And that's when I asked you, do you want to be project manager? Because we haven't seen your strengths. And you replied, I'm very comfortable.
Well, I have a certain strategy,
She thinks you're not pulling your weight.
No, I'm pulling my weight, Selena. Sorry. When I did say that to her, it was because it's out of my own strategy, so then I would know how Ninku would act as a leader. Then I would know again how to address her when she's becoming my team.
You think they're ganging up on you?
I feel so, just because I accidentally just blurted out that manual setup of the machine. It's an easy way out for them.
Ninku, are you ganging up?
I'm only making my opinions based on this task alone, sir. I believe the boys won because of product knowledge. The clients did like our concept, which was something Selena and I worked together on, and I believe the major factor was that somebody from our team actually described an automatic machine as a manual. I mean, I think that's a very glaring error on our part, and I believe
I don't think so. I don't think so. Let me be very clear where the glaring errors were. The poster had one machine. The poster had one product. Saying to a few customers that it's manual, that's wrong. But that's not the reason you're back here. The slogan was good. But slogans don't sell products only. It's the whole thing. Right, so I've heard enough. Selena, you came up with a concept. Like the tagline, but 7 flavors, only promoting one, and that was a major error to me. Deanne, I think you did lack product knowledge. With your personality, I think you could have given more to this team. I honestly do think that. Ninku, I think you failed as a project manager in this case. You didn't vet the work enough from the 2 creative directors. You didn't emphasize the importance of product knowledge. I find it odd that you went out distributing flyers at the crucial time when your team needed you the most. In my mind, all of you are to blame for this task. It was very one-sided. I just want to reaffirm whether you want to be my apprentice, Selena.
Absolutely, sir. I think that I've shown nothing but that since the beginning. I'm a very consistent team player. With my background, I work very well with customer service, and that's my specialty.
Ninku, you ready? You want this You're hungry?
Absolutely, sir, I am. It was a moment of weakness earlier when I said maybe I shouldn't be here anymore. You've taken things from nothing to great heights, and I would love to work with you, learn how you do these things. There's a lot I would learn from you rather than bring to you, but I believe I do have some skill sets that could contribute in every different area of business that you are involved in.
Diane?
Yes, sir.
You ready to be my apprentice?
I'm ready. I want this so bad. Apart from all these other ladies, I don't have anything to go back to other than my husband and my son. I need to be here, and I need to show you that because you're the only one, the only person that gave me this chance, that I'm ready to be your apprentice.
Okay. You know, having analyzed it, I decided, Ninku, you're fired.
Thank you for the opportunity, sir. It was a pleasure.
I want you to know why I fired Ninku. The key reason is because I want fighters. And in moments of pressure is when you see true strength of character. This was your task to win, and you screwed it up. Let's hope that's the last time. You may leave.
Thank you very much.
I wanted to give her a chance. I didn't want her to quit. I wanted her to come back stronger to make up. It wasn't strong enough for me, and her reason for saying Diane was the weakest was pathetic. She was just looking for a reason to get Diane off the show, and if you're going to do that, you've got to be a bit smarter.
Quite devastated by the outcome. I really wanted to go a lot further in it and prove that I could actually be Mr. Fernandez's apprentice. Well, it's been a great journey. I had a great time. I got to meet amazing people, and I think the icing on the cake was getting advice and feedback from Mr. Fernandez himself.
Next time on TheApprenticeAsia.
Today, new trade using IG's online trading platform.
The candidates face the most challenging task yet.
I almost got a whiplash out of that session, man.
My eyeball just went, whoa!
Where the leadership is questioned.
So why are we not executing it? Let's execute it.
And it's every man for himself.
Nick, who made a huge mistake on our final calculation.
I have to completely disagree with that.
Not so sure I saw as much leadership from Nash as I would have liked.
This task is completely screwed up.